not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. I know y'all not familiar with that song. It's like, I think the joint came out like in 89 or something like that, 90 or something like that. Some of you all weren't even born. But I think the rock band was called the Twisted Sisters. It's these white guys, they got dressed up like, you know, they were androgynous. So they got dressed up like, you know, females, you know what I'm saying? But they were like, you know, heterosexuals. But it was crazy, you know what I'm saying? The song was We Ain't Gonna Take It No More, and they was tearing up stuff in the video or whatever have you. And I'm not trying to make a mockery or a joke of, you know, the women that have gone through the whole cult of carbonation. You understand? But at the end of the day, the reason why I know, well, let me take it back a little bit. For those that don't know, Natureboy is locked up, and one of the charges is rape charges. You know, the reason why I know that he's not gonna get away with this one is because there are tons of women that have gone to carbonation and have left, and they're willing to testify. They're willing to say that, admit that they've been abused while they was, you know, part of carbonation, and that they have seen abuse happening while they was a part of carbonation. So this man right now, Natureboy, is locked up in DeKalb County Jail, in Georgia, you know what I'm saying, Metro Atlanta, that is. He has no bond. You understand? I think it's 4 charges that they're charging him with. About 2-3 days ago, they raided his house and they went in, confiscated some stuff, and then arrested him. And it's crazy because you have these carbonation members that are fighting for him. You understand? And saying that he's an innocent man and this and that and so forth. Now, for those that have actually tuned into Natureboy's fuckery throughout the years, you all know that this man literally puts his life online for the world to see. So at the end of the day, let me tell you something. If I have enough video footage to convict him of the crimes that they say that he's committed, you damn for sure know that the police have more than enough evidence to convict him, and well, the overall judicial system have more than enough evidence. Prosecution has more than enough evidence to convict him of the crimes that he literally committed. He's guilty. Straight up. I've seen when he slapped the shit out of Malia. I've seen where he forced Malia and Velvet to fight each other. I've seen him threaten, you know, the men, the women. I've seen so much of every fucking thing to the point where it's ridiculous. Like, how in the hell can you incriminate yourself like that? Straight up. And let's just say the damaging evidence, which is video footage. Like, yo, let me tell you something. This man used to post, well, I say used to because he ain't posting anymore. He used to post at least 6 hours worth of his life online just about every day. Straight up. He's been doing this for years. So they have more than enough evidence. They don't have to just go based on the recent video footage that he's posted up online. Whether it was through TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube. They could go back years ago when he was in Puerto Rico, Mexico, Costa Rica, or whatever. Like, this man, he doesn't even realize just how much trouble he's in. And neither does his members. And let's just, like I said, let's push that to the side. You have ex-carbonation women, members, that are willing to testify against Natureboy. That man is done. And now I gotta sing another song. Don't. Another one bites the dust. Don't. Another one bites the dust. Hey, another one bites the dust. Don't. We getting rid of these cult leaders. For real. One by one. Hopefully he'll get a cell right next to your man. That's your man, not mine. Oh, you want to know who your man's is? Dr. Malachi York. Straight up. Got to get rid of these people, man. And I can't say that he doesn't deserve it. He really does. Natureboy, that is. He really deserves this shit. Straight up. He really fucking does. He really deserves this shit. Out of all these years that he has been terrorizing women. One by one by one. Let's not talk about what it was her name. Mama Zoka or some Mama Zoka. Nah, I don't think it was Mama Zoka. Somebody that died under his care. When he was talking about that vitamin B12 diet. Man, we just don't realize, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we have our own individual lives and I know I don't keep up with his shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'll see something and I'll be like, damn, that's fucked up in 2015 and forget about it in 2022. But he has done a lot of shit. And you have people that right now are defending him, such as the Carbonation members as well as others. Saying that this is black supremacy and they trying to lock up the black man, they trying to hold the black man down and this and that and so forth. The same type of bullshit narrative that the Nubians were running with Dr. Malachi York. And I'm just sick and tired of it, man. Black people have it bad enough in America spelled with 3 Ks. And then we got to deal with these motherfuckers. Get them out of here. 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 Straight up. Get them out of here one by one. Young Pharaoh's court case is coming up. Hopefully he gets some time and some help. Because I really do think that man needs some help. For real. That's just my opinion. Polite court case is coming up May the 3rd. Oh, I'm tuning in. I'm tuning in. If he gets time, he rightfully deserves that shit. And hopefully while he's in jail, all of the other people that have been scammed by him can put out court cases. So by the time he gets out, he'll be dead ass broke. If he's not already. Get him out of here. Dr. Umar Johnson, don't put him in jail. He's a funny motherfucker for real. I can't believe literally that this man farted while live. I just can't believe it. That motherfucker said, excuse and why, and left and opened up the window to air the shit out. So I'll say let's just tax his ass. Get all of that money back. You know what I'm saying? Even though we ain't gonna get it back, let's tax his ass. Cause I mean, let's just be real. I mean, yeah, he did some wrong to the community. I'm not gonna lie. To the conscious community by taking people's money. But just overall the black community. But at least he didn't touch any children. At least he didn't beat no woman's ass and no dude's ass, and he wasn't talking about how he's the most high and God and all the rest of that shit. Well, he did say he was Frederick Douglass' cousin or some shit, or Frederick Douglass is his uncle, rolling with that shit. You know, but I don't know, man. I don't think you should lock his ass up, but definitely tax that ass for real. And put that motherfucker on a diet. Maybe Natureboy's vitamin B12 diet, put his ass on that shit. And that way he could refrain from fucking farting. Straight up. If you releasing gases out of your butt cheeks, out of your ass every couple odd minutes, it's something wrong with you. You eating the wrong foods. Straight up. But yeah, man, we need to get these motherfuckers out of here. That plain and simple. And should I say this? Should I really say this? Or shouldn't you already know? Shouldn't you all already know this? That you got to depend on yourself. That's what it's about. If you fuck yourself over, like how bad could you fuck yourself over? Straight up. And if you do, you don't feel that bad because you know you did it to yourself. But to allow someone to come into your life and fuck your life up, take your money, beat your ass, and have you under a spell for years upon years upon years? Man, I don't know if I'll be able to sleep at night with that. And I know what you all are gonna say. Well, Langston, didn't you say you were part of the Nuwaubian Nation? And that was a cult, and the cult leader was Dr. Malachi Z. York. You goddamn right. I was affiliated or part of the Nuwaubian Nation for about, I think about 15 years. But see, what y'all have to understand is this. I was in a bookstore, and I've said this several times. I was in a bookstore. I never lived on the land. I never dealt with Dr. Malachi Z. York personally. I've seen him numerous of times teach on the land. I've seen him numerous times, numerous of times when we went down there for Savior's Day weekend or week. But I've never interacted with him on a personal level, and never have I lived on the land. Had I lived on the land and went through the shit that those brothers went through, such as eating oodles and noodles, taking cold showers, and sleeping in a fucking barn, I would have never subscribed been a part of that. Straight up. The first day I get down to the land, for example, the first day they say, hey, your living quarters is here. And I look at it and I'm like, but it's a barn, my nigga. Well, yeah, that's what put me back on Greyhound or Amtrak, however the fuck I got here. Matter of fact, don't even worry about it. I'll walk. Straight up. So what you have to understand is that I went through some shit. No doubt. But it wasn't half as bad as it was compared to those people that lived on the land called Tamaray, or they call the land they call Tamaray or Kadesh, the Holy Land. For real. I lived in an apartment, and I went to the bookstore almost every day. Excuse me, not every other day. I gave them my turn in $100 every week, but I still have money left over so I could pay my bills. So it wasn't like that. But had I been in a situation like a Natureboy situation or a Dr. Malachi Z. York situation where I was living on the land and I went through all of the shit that these people went through, ain't no way in the fuck. Now, I was blind when I was part of that fucking cult, but I wasn't Stevie blind. I put it to you like that. And for those that don't know what the fuck I'm talking about because you're too young, you understand? I'm talking about Stevie Wonder, the singer that's blind. I wasn't Stevie blind. I had cataracts when I was part of the Nuwaubian cult. People with cataracts could kindly, in the very beginning, they could see somewhat. It's distorted, but they could still somewhat see. Straight up. And when I heard the testimonies from the people that were molested, that were touched by Dr. Malachi Z. York, I didn't even want to hear his part, his end. I've already heard all of the bullshit on his end. But when I heard the victims of Dr. Malachi Z. York, I said, nah, fuck that. I'm walking away. I'm not lying. That night, I turned the computer off. That next morning, I was throwing Dr. Malachi Z. York's comic books in the garbage. And by the time I thought about it and said to myself, holy shit, what am I doing? I done fucked around and I fucked around and damn near threw away half of my book collection. Comic book collection, that is. But when I thought about it, I was like, oh shit, I can sell these books. So the other half of the comic book collection of Dr. Malachi Z. York that I had, I sold that on eBay. I got $300 for my holy tablets, no lie. I damn near made close to $1,000 off of the books that I put up on eBay that I had. I made so much money so fast off of his comic books. I'm not lying. I wanted to go at that point in time. I was living in an apartment. I wanted to go dig in a dumpster and get the rest of the books the fuck out and put them shits online. And I'm talking about some of these books wasn't even in good condition, and niggas was buying it. But that goes to show that regardless of whether I walked away from the cult, the Wahabian cult, or you or anyone else, there's still others that will remain loyal regardless of whether they say that Dr. Malachi York is guilty or innocent. Or a nature boy. A nature boy, excuse me. Straight up. That cults are going to continue to go on and on and on. And no one person is going to be able to stop it. That chapter of the book is closed when it comes to Nature Boy and Dr. Malachi York. We are at the end of the book when it comes to those two. But just think about it. There'll be others. And this is the reason why you have to continue every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Some of you all may say, well, I thought you was done with the whole Nature Boy and the Dr. Malachi York. And I thought I was too. The first video I made of Dr. Malachi York. But the thing of it is that, people get older. You know, you got babies, and then the babies, they become teens, and then they become young adults. So every couple odd years, you know what I'm saying? You gotta put out a video to remind people, these cults exist and this and that and so forth. And then for the other people that are new to it, there's a thing called cults, and this is what you need to look out for. And this person has a certain type of personality, comes with a certain type of charisma, he talks a certain type of way, he walks a certain type of way, and don't get tangled in the web that he's woven or weaved. We have to consistently, we have to make videos on a constant basis when it comes to cults. Because a cult can pop up instantly. And black people will always fall for a cult because we're always looking for someone to save us. When it comes to white supremacy, straight up. We're always looking for a savior. And a lot of us have walked away from religion. You know what I'm saying? Because Jesus Christ is depicted as white. So it's easy for a black man to pop up out of nowhere and say, I came from another planet. I'm here to save you. There's 144,000. You're God. I'm God. And we're going to get on this sham and we're going to lead, you know what I'm saying, Babylon, white supremacy, and everything is going to be good. We're going to be in heaven. And black people will be like, where do I sign up? Straight up. But you know what's so funny, man? And then I'm going to end this. This is the crazy thing. How did y'all motherfuckers really fall for Nature Boy? Straight up. Like, if you go back and you look at Dr. Malachi York's tapes, for those that don't know who he is, read some of his books. Read some of his literature, or rather comic books. Look at some of his tapes. Some of his videos, his lectures are on YouTube. It's not difficult. It's not hard. Pause. To fall for a man like Dr. Malachi York. This man had thousands of people following him. And he had a hellified story. Like, his story was so believable to the point where I was like, man, there's no way in the fuck this man made this shit up. No way. When he was talking about him coming from another planet, and he's one of the 24 elders, and he's from the 19th galaxy Ilium, the 9th planet Risk, 8th planet Risk, and that he has the pituitary gland, which activates the 4 highest senses. The 4 highest senses being telepathy, intuition, psychometry, and clairvoyance. He had a hellified fucking story. Man, if you ever read The Man from Planet Risk, man, that shit was a fucking interesting book like a motherfucker. He was fucking giving descriptions of the reptilians and the angelic beings and the other beings that existed in the inner city called Shambhala and Agatar. He had a book called Shambhala and Agatar. I mean, who the fuck wouldn't fall for this motherfucker? But Nature Boy, that's my word. Shout outs to everybody that didn't fall for either one and just decided that they would lead their own self. But for the most part, when it comes to Dr. Malachi York and Nature Boy, like, who the fuck follows this nigga? He admitted that he was a stripper and that he performed sexual acts, gay sexual acts, that is. Like, how in the fuck is your God gay? How does your God give blowjobs to men? And overall, I'm gonna be done with it. Both of them claim to be God, Nature Boy and Dr. Malachi York. And this is a question that I always ask the Nubians. And this is the question that I'm gonna ask you, Carbonation. If you all claim that he's God, why does he need a lawyer? Why does he need a bond? Why doesn't he just float out of jail? Straight up. I'm just trying to understand it. Just the other day, he was screaming and hollering at some restaurant, being disrespectful to the owner of that restaurant. The black man is God. The black man is God. The black man is God. Well, how are you God when they raided your house and they told you to come out and you came out like a bitch, like, don't shoot, we're unarmed? This is crazy. And I swear this is my word. I'm going to end it after this. This is crazy. Dr. Malachi York and Nature Boy both claim that the white man is the devil, and we're living in white supremacy. You understand? And they can get us out of it. But every time they get into a confrontation with white people, just white people in general, they bitch up. I'll say white people that have some type of authority, they bitch up. If you go on YouTube right now, you'll see Dr. Malachi York appearing in front of that judge with his head down. How are you God and you're bowing down to a man, a white man at that? Nature Boy, the same thing. So yeah, man, this is a good day. And it's a shame to say it, but there'll be more. You understand? And being that there'll be more cults, there'll be more cult videos that I'll be putting out to expose and let people know that at the end of the day, it's all about you, your journey within. And the only one that can lead you is yourself.